Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. Today weekly report. As we are coming closer to the end of the year, we are trying to discuss the major driving factors that probably will hold next year as well, and the new directions that they could take in relation to the European Union and the Great British Pound and United Kingdom. So also we have taken a look at the impeachment factor that currently seems as not really very important, but its importance could rise, especially in January when the Senate should vote on the impeachment, and we're trying to analyze what impeachment means. So in two words speaking, this is an attempt by the Democrats to make the elections before the major elections will happen. So they try to eliminate the candidature of the Donald Trump and do not let him to take part in the elections on the second term, because if he will lose the president's immunity, there definitely will be slice and pieces in different legal claims. So it's definitely some political process when the Democrats are trying to take the control over the country, and that's very important. Speaking on the European Union and euro currency, here is the major driving factor. We see that whether the United States will impose the tariffs on European goods. So currently we already see this, and my suggestion is Donald Trump will not miss this opportunity to improve the trading balance of the United States more. So the first stage, so-called agreement with the China, has been achieved. As a result, the trading balance of the United States will improve significantly. But this is the first stage. I definitely know that will be the second stage as well, which improves the balance more. And China has no really options to avoid this. They will accept anything to not lose a major trading partner. And they definitely stands in a much more significantly weaker situation compared to United States. That's the things that we talked about since starting of this training, when we said that this is just the tool in the hands of the United States, guys, to improve their position. And the European Union is another option where they could improve the trading balance significantly, and I think that will happen. And that we see as a major driving factor for euro currency. If tariffs will be imposed, the rally of the United States dollar will continue, and we will see the parity or even lower rates. If no tariffs will be imposed, well, in this case, as some improvement in the European Union economy exists, it probably will continue. In this case, well, euro could appreciate a bit compared to the United States dollar. So it's really a difficult question. We'll see what will happen. So if you would like to know the details, you could read our analysis. A lot of interesting stuff there. So speaking on the shorter term perspective, we are coming in the week of Christmas, guys. It's really will be a really thin market. I don't think that a lot of activity will happen. But by taking a look at the technical picture, what we have on Friday is a really good statistics were released for United States. Market wasn't able to keep the harmony retracement. So recall previously we talked about this harmony retracement, and we said, well, market, if it will keep it, probably could try to challenge the 112 again, but that has happened. Market has dropped, doubling the harmonic swing to the downside, and hits major support on the daily chart. So 1064, 1076, a confidence support on the daily, and it's vital area for short-term perspective of the euro currency. So it's vital area for a bullish scenario in general, because any bullish market, if it's really bullish, it should hold above the confidence support, especially when it just hits the COP target. It's minor target. That retracement is quite enough for a bullish market. So if upward action should start somewhere, it probably should start here. So that's why this area is very important. Breaking of this area will suggest that probably market will erase the whole upward action, and this ABC pattern will fail, because if even confidence support wasn't able to stop downward action, hardly the single standing level, despite that this is the 618 major support 110 area, hardly to hold market as well. So in this case, if market will break the confidence, chances on the failure of this ABCD pattern will increase significantly. The fact that market will take it out of the C point first, and then it will come to the A and raise this ABCD action. So that could happen. That's why this level is very, very important. Still, as this is really strong confidence support on the daily, we could try to take the long position up from this level as soon as we will get some bullish patterns around it. So that's the short-term setup for euro currency. On the 4-hour time frame chart, what we have here is we should remind you the similarity between this price action and that price action. Recall that 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, last week actually, when the market was standing here, we said, take a look guys, that could be the same story as here. Some unnatural, a bit deep upward retracement, but still, despite that it was deep and mostly almost erased this engulfing, then it has worked. The same story could repeat, and indeed, take a look. Once market has started climbing here, deep retracement has happened, but finally, market has dropped to the downside. Now we need to continue this comparison of these two moments. Take a look here as well. It was a very interesting situation. Despite this strong collapse, market wasn't able to hit the XOP for the few pips here, stop at the support. This was probably confidence support, and establish upward action. So XOP has been ignored despite that market has collapsed through the OP area. This was good acceleration. If you remember, when we talked about the situation, we also talked about the XOP, and initially we planned that, well guys, wait when the XOP will be hit, then third chance to call long, and so on. Here you can see the same story. On this collapse on Friday, OP has been passed already, but market hasn't reached the XOP, and it now stands at the daily confidence. I don't exclude the situation when the XOP will be ignored. Yes, situation stands bearish. Yes, we see here is strong acceleration, but also we have the strong daily confidence support area. And I suppose that the first bounce, on the first touch of this level, bounce should happen. So currently, I think that despite this strong acceleration rate of the confidence, and despite that the XOP stands right here, we probably should pay some attention to the patterns if they will be formed around. So for that purpose, we need to drop our time frame to the hourly chart or even lower. Currently, guys, here we do not have something except maybe this minor morning star pattern, as you can see. It's forming. But as soon as market will form here or something, we could use it for trying to take the long position. At least we need to keep an eye on intraday lower time frames on the hourly chart, on the 15-minute chart, to see what will happen here around this conference. If bullish patterns will be formed, we could try to take it. Because we do not know, as I said, if upward action will start at all, it will start probably from this confluence. If confluence will be broken, XOP will not help us and it will not stop the market because major confluence already has been broken. So until market will not form the bullish patterns on the lower time frames, it's better to not take the long positions because, as I said, downward action strong enough and it should stop us to act blindly just because of the existing strong support. We need protection, we need good pattern. But still, overall situation looks interesting, and these comparisons and similarity between this price action and that price action makes me think that it will be interesting to deal with this, and this situation could repeat again. So as here market hasn't hit the XOP, here it could happen again. So that's why I think that it's one of the background that we could keep an eye on and see what will happen around. So if market somehow will reach the XOP and start forming bullish pattern here, well, that's much better. This will be more simple situation. So let's keep watching. I hope that will be some activity still despite the Christmas holidays. We will see. Well, that's our view on euro.